Welcome to this series of videos on fertility in cattle, brought to you by livestockdevelopment.co.uk. These videos are for animal health service providers or extension workers, such as AI technicians, NGO and government extension workers, dairy inputs field staff, veterinary paraprofessionals and veterinary surgeons in the field. Their aim is to improve production through improved fertility. Welcome to video 2. This follows the important stages from before calving to being confirmed pregnant, looking at transition cow management, signs of Oestrus, and the advantages of artificial insemination. Transition cow management. As cows come up to calve, their energy requirements increase, but their dry matter intake decreases. Cows during the dry period should therefore be fed a low energy dense or high roughage diet. This means a large intake is required for maintenance requirements. Then, as the cow prepares for calving, the cow will still have a high dry matter intake. At this time, in the last 2 to 3 weeks before calving, the diet should shift to a high energy dense diet that provides more energy. Most cows will go into a negative energy balance after calving, as more energy is required for milk production than is provided by the cow's feed intake. This means they lose weight and condition. The more energy a cow can eat at this point, the more milk it will produce and a higher peak yield will be achieved. When the cow calves, it should be in a dry and comfortable shed. If assistance is given, then hands should be washed and good hygiene observed, as it is easy to introduce infection. The cow should pass the placenta within 12 hours. If it is still present 24 hours later, gentle traction should be used to encourage it to come away. If it cannot be removed easily, then gentle traction should be tried again at 48 hours and be examined by a veterinary advisor. Any vaginal discharge should stop by 10 days. If a cow has an infection or discharge beyond this, veterinary advice should be sought. This can be managed either by a dilute povidone washout or by intrauterine antibiotics. Cows return to estrus 35 to 60 days after calving. Cows not seen in season by 2 months post-calving should be checked by the vet. The voluntary waiting period is the time after calving that a farmer waits before allowing a cow to be served. The normal cycle is 21 to 22 days long, but can vary from 18 to 23 days. Heifers do tend to have shorter cycles of 20 to 21 days. The average duration of a heat is half a day, but can vary from a few hours to a full day. The definitive sign of Oestrus is a cow standing to be mounted by a bull or by another cow. The signs of Oestrus can include restlessness and bellowing, a drop in appetite or grazing, a swollen red vulva, a clear mucus discharge, sniffing or licking of the vulva, chin resting on other cows, mounting or attempting to mount other cows, head mounting another cow. But do remember, the definitive sign of Oestrus is a cow standing to be mounted by a bull or another cow. Fewer behavioural signs are seen during heat stress, or where there's poor nutrition, or in animals tied in stalls, or in small groups of animals. Signs are more likely to be observed in the cool of early morning and evening, and when animals are mixing. Cows should be observed 2 or 3 times a day for Oestrus, with particular attention at 18 to 23 days after the last heat. Prompt record keeping helps the farmer identify which cows may be coming into estrus, which animals have been served by which bull, and prevent future inbreeding. There are different ways farm records can be kept, from simple paper cards to spreadsheets and advanced software programs. Good records can guide decisions on how to manage your cows, to measure the productivity of the cows, and decisions on culling and selection. For small-scale producers with only a few cows, the normal variation in the calving interval makes seeing any underlying fertility issue difficult to assess. So vets and advisors should, wherever possible, collect and analyse data over villages or groups of cows. 30 to 50 cows are needed to identify fertility problems. The information that is recorded needs to be discussed and driven by the farmer. It must be easy to record, easy to use, and make a difference to decisions. The key drivers for fertility and therefore milk production and the number of calves born are the age at first calving of heifers and the calving interval. Examples of record keeping are discussed in video 5. Artificial insemination. The advantages of artificial insemination are to choose from a wide variety of better known quality bulls, to increase genetic gain within the herd, to choose beef or dairy sires, and if sex semen is available, heifer or bull calves. The semen is quality checked and fertile. It minimises the risks of sexually transmitted diseases, reduces keeping costs and the risks associated with keeping bulls. The disadvantages, however, are that it requires better estrus detection and training of farmers to replace the bull at identifying cows in season. It requires the availability of trained AI service providers and requires a supply of liquid nitrogen and quality control on the semen tanks. Artificial insemination timing, the AM-PM rule. The correct timing of AI is so that the ova meets the sperm at the correct location. The egg is released 10 to 12 hours after the onset of estrus, and semen lasts in the uterus for up to 24 to 48 hours. As it is difficult to know when the estrus started and timing is critical, the best advice is to follow the AM-PM rule. If the cow is seen in estrus in the morning, AM, AI in the afternoon, PM. If the cow is seen in the afternoon, PM, then AI the following morning, AM. This will help to achieve best conception rates. The key to good fertility with AI is good observation of estrus. As estrus detection is such an important part of fertility management, the next video looks at the aids that can be used to help farmers identify when their cows are in estrus, including the use of P4 Gold to measure milk progesterone.